So guys, really big day for me today. Welcome to Exotic Car Hacks, and we are going to have one hell of a delivery today because I have been chasing this hypercar for 7 months. I've been trying to buy this exact car that is going to be delivered today because I've always wanted to own one, and for the longest time, as you guys know, I buy cars so that I don't actually lose money on, and this was the first car that I exposed myself to over $200,000 of risk. And so I decided I would try it, to buy it, enjoy it, and eventually obviously get rid of it, but I was willing to lose 200 grand just for the fact that I actually wanted to really drive one and own one. So we're going to try to get this car delivered literally in here instead of out there. And the reason and the problem for that is because this car is $1.9 million and it doesn't come with a windshield or a roof, and it's pouring water outside. So today I'm taking final delivery of my one-of-one McLaren Elva. In addition to that, a quick shout out to Steve Hamilton from the Hamilton collection because his Koenigsegg is actually on the same truck and is coming back from Lamborghini Broward, probably for service, whatever, with a Rimac on the truck too, which is another interesting car, which I hate to death because it's electric. But nonetheless, Koenigsegg outside getting pissed on, Elva without a roof that's gonna try to get literally delivered indoors instead of outdoors by a trailer. So a pretty big situation. Let's go out there and check it out. So as you can see, they're unloading the Koenigsegg, the egg. I'm not a big egg fan. That's the Rimac there. You can see that the purple weird color. And then right under that, you see the orange Elva without a roof. Obviously not having a roof, it can go higher on the trailer, but really gonna be interesting to see how we can deliver this giant trailer indoors instead of outdoors without getting killed with the actual top getting all wet, and since there is actually no roof. It's not every day you get a three hypercar lineup. I mean, we're talking about what, 4 million to 3 million to 7, like roughly $10 million in one trailer. So this is definitely the trailer for this because this is the ultimate type of car that gets delivered. So really excited to be showing you guys this car in the next video, but we're gonna wait till they unload it, so I'll give you a sneak peek of it. As you guys noticed, we took a delivery late last night. It was too late, it was storming, it was impossible to drive the Elva. So you got a glimpse of it, came off a truck, and then it went here. This morning we had it washed, and here it is in all of its glory. The McLaren Elva in McLaren orange with painted livery, and what you're not seeing in the photos, all of this carbon fiber being all blue, just like this key. The most interesting part about this car is there is no words that can describe what my eyes see here, because every photo and video I saw of this car made me feel like, its design is weird. It just doesn't work. I don't know why people like it. But the one thing that made me really want this car was that in all the other cars, you're sitting very low, and basically this is protecting you from the air, and you really have to wear a helmet. And with this car, it felt from the pictures that it would be driving a motorcycle without a helmet. Special shout out to our friends at Graham Real over in Indiana who beat me to buying this car from the owner. I was trying to buy it, and when they ended up buying it before I did, they didn't know, and they ended up giving me the car, which was very, very nice of them. They literally gave me the car back for exactly what they bought it for, which was very nice of them. And a big shout out to them. They've always had incredible inventory, so check them out. And there is nothing about this car that makes any sense until you actually drive it. Nothing. I have put 82 miles on this car in less than a day. And I just can't stop getting in it and driving it. Even when there could be rain, I'm like, I'll probably beat the rain. But it is pretty incredible looking. No windshield, very few storage compartments. This is a very interesting thing. It comes with helmets, but it comes with these bulletproof glasses, which are fantastic. And they do a really good job at making sure your eyes don't get hurt. And then you have this little lift area in the back here, so you can kind of see it. Take a look at this, all this carbon fiber here. Your gas tank is here, your water is here, your oil's there, and then you have these little air intakes here, super cool looking, and your little rain cover in case, God forbid, you get stuck in the worst rain possible. And then of course, this has the soft close, which makes it nice. But in the back, you have this insane exhaust. What's amazing about it is because of the design configuration, you can hear it so well in the car. something you couldn't hear with the Monza. It didn't have that pop, that excitement, but this really does. So the next question is, how do I feel about all this livery? Historically, I hate cars with a lot of livery. I like cars that are cleaner, one color, maybe two-tone, one stripe, something simpler. But in this case, it works really well for one simple reason. It's very authentic to the driving experience, and it's very authentic to the history of the car. These types of cars have always been the original racers. And when you think of speed racer, you think racetrack. And this embodies that so well. Let's go for a drive, but first, let's hear from our sponsors at Grailsy.
Grailsy.com is a reputable online platform specializing in auctioning high-end timepieces. Known for its transparency and security, it provides a reliable way to sell watches online. Focused on smooth transactions, Grailsy ensures a secure environment for both buyers and sellers. Prioritizing genuine buyers, the platform offers a premium selling experience for sellers and great deals for buyers on luxury watches. Explore Grailsy at Grailsy.com for top-notch service in the luxury watch market.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna go for what I consider to be the greatest driving experience I have ever felt in my life. Listen, this thing has reshaped my entire view of exotic cars to a whole new level. And there are some faults, like it is supposed to be splash proof, and because of that, the material feels a little bit weird. It's not Alcantara, it's not leather, it's this weird fabric, so that's kind of awkward. These things to change the settings of sport, etc., feel a little clumsy, just like the Arturo. Not a big deal there, but something nonetheless that's annoying. And then there is this little mirror right there, which is supposed to allow you to see the back, but you can't even see yourself throughout, so it's completely useless. So let's go for a little drive together, and you'll see I'm wearing these little bulletproof glasses because obviously they're necessary because you don't want the bugs in your face. Now, they keep telling you in the other reviews that these cars come with some kind of aero system, and this aero system is located right here. You can turn it on and off. It's currently on. You feel a lot of great air. You don't feel any bugs even without the aero, but what ends up happening all of a sudden is as you speed up, obviously the aero comes up and it prevents the air from directly going in your face, and it goes a little bit over it. It really feels like an incredible motorcycle. And you see now the aero's up, and you have now yet such an amazing driving experience. The motor sounds unbelievable. It's beautiful. It's exciting. As I told you guys, I've driven a Monza SP1, and it's a completely different experience. That's like a speed racer experience. This is like an insane enjoy your life experience. And I think this is what makes this so exciting compared to anything else on the road, is how unique it is. It handles great. It's incredibly fast, but it's usable. It still has the low RPMs, the noise, the excitement, and this aero thing is like to die for, because you basically can get the open air without all the annoying parts that come with it. I think it's one of the best and most exciting driving experiences of absolutely all time. I mean, the amount of looks this car gets is also, you know, second to none. People coming up to you asking, what is it? Who makes it? Then even the Bugatti. So it's like crazy how loved it is by enthusiasts. Every motorcycle guy gives you a thumbs up. And yet, one of the things that I always said about exotic cars is they're all about bringing the experience home. And I feel like this car does that so well compared to anything else I've ever driven in my life. And you know, when I compare it not to obviously like a normal convertible, but like a 918 Spider, a Senna, or some of these other high-end, very expensive cars, you would think that I would have a ton of faults in it because obviously it doesn't have a windshield, you can't use it all the time, and it's not as exciting. But I mean, look at that. It is unbelievable how exciting and good, especially when the weather cooperates like today. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right, and it has full AC if it gets a little bit hot, and it's absolutely breathtaking. I mean, you know, in my 20 years owning exotic cars, I can tell you that this car has done for me what no other car has ever done. And it's brought me to this idea that driving, even without speeding, without racing, can still be one of the most enjoyable and exciting experiences on earth, especially if you're either by yourself or with someone you love and are enjoying just the open air and everything that comes with it. What a superb experience. And you know, I get it. The Triple F collection said this isn't the car you buy when it's your first car, second car, third car, even fourth or fifth car. But at some point when you have enough of whatever you want, cars like these become really exciting because it's a novelty. I would also argue this car would probably be completely pointless in every way possible if it had a windshield, which was one of the reasons I specifically wanted a car without a windshield. Now, I wanted a car without a windshield because I wanted to know what this feeling, this different speedster feeling was, rather than a roadster feeling. And I feel like if you take away the speedster feel, like the whole no windshield, then what you're left with is a really decent convertible. But then the argument is there are just better convertibles. Like, I would argue that the 918 is a better convertible than this if it came windshield for windshield. But I would argue that right now, this is a much cooler, more exciting, and more fun experience than any other car out there. It's better than anything else I've ever driven. And this is crazy for me to say that because I'm constantly talking shit about every car on the market and how they fail at meeting the mark. And I was really skeptical about this car because I waited a long time to pick one up because it's so expensive and you don't get to use it all the time. It's a $2 million car. This was a $1.8 million sticker. It's less than 100 cars, 150 cars built, so you'll see less than 100 in America. It just doesn't make sense for a lot of people. But it makes sense if you have a car collection. It is just so enjoyable. The modes are so good. The design is breathtaking. The feeling is second to none. And this car hits all the mark for what driving is. But could you live with it? Well, obviously, without a roof, without much compartment storage, and without much of anything other than just you and the road, there isn't much you can do with it on a day-to-day basis. Not every car has to be for every day, and not every car has to be good at everything. If a car can be incredible at what it's meant to do, then that in itself is a win. And that is what the McLaren Elva really is. It's just an incredible car that connects the driver to driving. And there's no other car that's ever done this at the rate that this car has. And that's why I consider it probably my favorite all-time car. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'm gonna continue driving because this is way too much fun, and I will catch you guys next time on Exotic Car Hacks. But don't forget, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get the latest news from Exotic Car Hacks. Woo!